Okay, so let's start on this Jira. So we'll talk about the Jira. So I'll be giving you access to this tool too. Okay, and also homework. Okay, so this is Jira. Okay, so let's see. Um, Let me log into this. Okay, this is the username and password. Let's see, log into it. Okay, so again, the similar thing, when you have this dashboard here, whenever you log in into tool, especially these new tools, okay, these web tools which are pretty good. This whenever you log in into, right, when you have this dashboard. So this dashboard is something. Let's say somebody has assigned to work for you. That really shows on your dashboard. For example, you see this assigned to me. Now, this is somebody assigned to me, so I'll look into it. It's just similar way that if your boss assigned to you some work, or your lead, or someone who is giving you some work, you will be able to see right here, because this will be an, good for you, because you, before opening anything, you will be knowing so what work you have. Okay, that's one advantage of this. And here this is the activity stream. That means whatever the work is going on, who is creating defects, who is creating test cases, you'll be having this. Okay. And I mean, you can customize this. You can customize your dashboard. You can create your own dashboard as well. It's not like you have to stick with this. You can remove this, minimize. You can. It's up to you. So it's just a dashboard. When you log in into it, just to show some information what's going on in the project. Okay. So this Jira, so Jira is good because Jira has two things in one. It has Confluence and it has this test management tool. So now what's Confluence? Confluence is a SharePoint. Okay, so SharePoint is, let's say you have written some document. Okay, test cases you don't have to, because test cases already is written. Okay, but let's say your test plan document, a test strategy document, or some requirement documents. You need to view it, you want to download it, or you want to upload it, or something, right? You want to use SharePoint. So that's called Confluence in Jira. Okay, they call it Confluence. Okay. Now let's see how we can get there. If you click on this home, so this is a kind of home button. When you click on that, okay. So here you have two. If you go now, there's Jira and Confluence. So just click on Confluence. So it will take a different URL here. Okay, okay, great. Some people are getting homework here, good. So here. These guys actually change everything since it's a web tool. They keep on changing it. Okay. So let's see here. So this, if you okay, good. Now you have the spaces. I just want to click on spaces, and I have created two this. Okay, maybe this one. Okay, let's click on this. So if I click on this, okay, good. Yeah, this is the right one. That was okay. If I click on this, so that means that is my project. I mean, this is the project name which is going on. And what you're trying to do here, this is space. Space means anything which you want to upload your documents or write something, not really to write, but it's for, for your uploading and downloading the documents. Go to pages, you see here. Okay. Okay, so you have a lot of options here. You see this lot of options. So these can be used to manage your agile process. Like what are the meetings? Let's say you have the meeting daily, the meeting notes. Somebody it's not only job of a business analyst, product owner, normally product owner or someone else will be updating this meeting notes. Okay, and product requirements is like, what is the requirements, BRD or FRD, whatever it is, okay? and sprint retrospectives. And that means anything which need to be updated, what the new sprint has to go, all those things will be there in the sprint retrospective. So this is a meeting basically. Okay, so it's a meeting. And okay, now let's say if you want to look at product requirements, that is your documents, maybe specification, maybe uh, mapping document, or maybe any documents you want to go in the product requirements. Okay, this is really not well organized by attraction. So this Jira owns by Traction, right? It's clearly not organized. Previously it was um, it was too messy here. Now they have a little bit done a little better, but still, if you click on this option, let's say Confluence for QA, let's say I want to use this to upload my test plan document. Okay, I can use this to upload. Let's see here. Okay, now here I can do this. I can either create here. Okay, create here, and I'll name that file. Okay, go to the file list. Okay, go to the file list. So this is pretty messy. Okay, because you don't want, if it is product requirements. Okay, you'll be having the product requirements. If there's any file list, you want to go to the file list. Okay, and create a file list. Okay, I will just create some file and you can create it. Once you have done that, click on this. Here you can upload your document. Okay, it's normal in the file list. But I mean, this is a little bit convoluted process. Okay, I mean, it's really not easy because I don't think there should be any file list or something. They would have done in product requirements, and I can upload in product requirements because it's basically requirements, right? So it's really not very user friendly. Not really very user friendly because they just make it just makes confusion of which file list and what is a file list and what are you talking about is kind of like this, right? So that's the reason, right? You can do it in file list or else it's supposed to be in product requirements because you are working on product requirements. Okay, either way, I'll be giving you this URL that will be this. Okay, so let's see here. Okay. Yeah, so I'll be giving you this URL. You can log in it. Once you log in it, okay, upload your test plan document. Okay, so I'll be giving you that. Okay, so that's about SharePoint. This is about Confluence. Any questions in SharePoint? I mean, you can create your own SharePoint. I mean, space. It's kind of space. That's what you're trying to create. Okay, you are trying to create file list. So normally you will not have access to this. So this is really not a QA job to create something. Okay, but it's good to know because you have here administrative access. Okay, but really that's not the case when you work at workplace because this is really not your job to create anything. Your job is only to view. This SharePoint is for you guys will be only to view it, unless you're going as a Jira administrator or Confluence administrator. Okay, other than that, you really don't have access to this. But here, since if you have administrative access, you can view and you can create yourself. Okay, the problem here, right? I cannot go back. So, okay, good. So we will go back. Okay, yeah, that has some issue. Okay, I mean that Confluence always have some, some way or other, but that is really not. I mean that will not be a problem for you because as a QA point of view, you can just use that URL, whatever it is, save your URL, either bookmark it in your browser, and you can go ahead and use that URL because you're not really going to navigate a lot of pages in the SharePoint. You really will not do much of administrative work. That will be more of administrative work. Your work will be limited only uploading or downloading. Now, uploading will be more to lead point of view than normal senior QA or QA. Other than that, you really don't work on SharePoint too much. Okay, so that's really not our work to do. Okay, any questions? Okay, so here we'll go back to Jira. So this is Jira. Okay, and if you have many dashboards, maybe you can navigate many dashboards here. Okay, but yeah, again, you will not have maybe you don't have this many access. Okay, so here you have different projects. What's going on? Okay, click on the project, and if you see here, there's not two projects here, not large. Okay, two projects, and you really cannot create all this. Okay, software, service desk, business. The project you have access to it, you can only view it, right? You can only view something which you have access to it. Okay, and these are you have two access, so that's why you're able to see that. So we'll talk about these issues and board. Okay. Okay. So here's the thing. So now let's say you want to create, for anything. If you want to create user story, if you want to create a bug, you want to create a test cases, you want to create a, epic stories and all those things, you use only one button here. So there's only one button to everyone. Okay. So now if I create that. Now let's say which project does my team belongs. Let's say let's take this one. Okay, and what is the issue type? Let's say we want issue as task. So this is my task, and let's say summary gym online project and description. Say okay, and what is the priority of that? Just put it here. It is important. Make sure you want to put this important and just click. Let's create it. Okay, great. So I've created and it has been named as IATTFF 14 GM. Okay. Now I need to find where actually it is. So you know what I created in where maybe this. Yeah, maybe this. Let's see. Check it out here. Okay, so here when I go, this is kind of board. Again, this is kind of a board kind of thing here. Okay, because all this agile environment is works kind of boards. Okay, board in sense that I told you, right? Sticky notes moving from one column to another column and from another column to another column, so on. Okay, that's kind of board, and this is virtual. So you are doing virtual. So you are doing online, not any physical. You're not using any physical board and doing this. Okay. Okay. So once you go into this project, so this is the project I'm working on. Let's say this is the project, and these are the issues. This is the issue. So here it's a generic term. Issue they take it as generic term. That means it may be task, it might be bug, it might be user stories, it might be feature requests, it might be anything, and all these are taken as the issues. Okay. Now, if this Jira, the Jira is good only for small teams. Okay, it's really for small projects and small teams. It's really not good for large projects. Why? Let's say if large projects, it's okay to it's okay to have a large project, but then you don't want too many people in a team. Let's say if you are working at 10 people, 15 people in a team, that really creates confusion. Because first thing you need to handle the team, because if let's say there are 3 to 4 testers in a team, and if the 3 to 4 testers are creating a lot of bugs, so this space is not enough, because this could get too many of those. Once it's too many, then it's really hard to handle, because you don't know which bug you have created and all those things. Okay, so it's really hard to manage when you are working on a large team. So this Jira is always better to work on small projects and small team. Okay. But Rally is good even for the large projects, because this anyone can create test cases. Anyone, if you know your ID, that should be good. Here it's a little bit all the information is clogged into one column. So that's the problem. Okay, so here if we create, so if you see here, there are various types here. If you see this plus icon with the green color, that's called feature. That means this is opened by business analyst, product owner, and let's see here what is written here. So that means this is the user story, and and there is some description here. Test all the features in regression testing for GMO Online. Okay, so they have created it here. Okay, now you need to, let's say if you want to write test cases, let's, okay, you know what, I'll just change my, let's say if you want to write regression testing test cases, right? Let's say here, change this and I'll edit this. See here the option for edit, it says edit. Once you edit it, you know what, I'll just put here some information. Say, let's say I'm writing test cases. So this is really not good. I mean, this is really not a good place to write your test cases, to be honest. Okay, this is really not the way to write because you really need those set of fields, right? What is the input? What is expected? You need that. But here, let's say I don't have that one. Let's say there's supposed to be a plugin for this. Actually, there's a plugin you can write in that, and this gets updated here. Okay. So there's supposed to be a plugin, but at this point of time, really I don't have it. So what I'm trying to do, I'm just writing in this in the description itself, and I'll just update this as test cases for Gmon project. Okay. Now once I do that, okay, and have options here. I can put it medium, high, low. And just put it medium. And estimate how much time are you taking for this. Here it's 3 weeks, 4 days, 12 hours. But normally, right? You talk in hours, not in days or weeks. Okay. It should be in hours. So, or what you also can do is you can write your test cases. For example, oops. So let's say I've written my test cases in Excel. Okay, now this is the test cases. Okay, test data. Yeah, test data too. Okay, so this is my test cases, which contains all the information. What is the description, expected result, and actual result, and status. Okay, and you can put it, or you can leave it as it is. Okay, and once you do that, what I'll do is I'll upload here. Okay, so that let's see here. Now, once I upload that, okay, due date, due date, fill up this information, 23rd, and any link, any issue with this, you can assign, of course, who is the respective user, who is the user, that means who is the owner of this defect. If there are any users working in Sentry and it test, you can click on that and it directly goes to those guys. Okay, here we don't want to do this. Okay, and here comments, if there is any comments, okay, you can write comment and update it. So once you have updated it, so this is how this looks like. Okay, so this is your test case basically. Okay, so if you are not comfortable writing test cases here, you can write it in Excel, or if there is any third-party tool, let's say this this doesn't work, but let's try here. There might be some plugin. Okay, this plugin, once you can write test cases somewhere here in this project, And once you have written this gets updated here, and this will be looking here. So you have written your test cases. But in this scenario, we are not using that. We are using this file and uploading it. Okay, and here you have options. What is the activity, like what's going on, what are the comments, like the developer made some comments. Okay, is there any something to be changed? Okay, all those work log, there is who is working on it. Okay, history, how many people are doing this, and activity. Okay, so this is how you can update your test cases here. Okay, and then you have to change this progress. This is to do. Okay, this you say the to do, right? You need to change it to in progress. You need to always change it to in progress. Okay, if you want to change it further, you have this in review. Okay, once it gets assigned to concerned person. Okay, let's say your lead wants to review it, so we will be changing it to in review. So now we are reviewing it. So what are the test cases you have written? What are the things to be expected, and is it good? Or if it needs, if need these things to be changed, then it will, your lead will assign to you directly from here. Okay, and you just put this here in review, and go assign it so that you want to go back and review your test cases again. Okay, so this is how for a tester Jira works. Any questions so far? So I'll be giving you access for this too. Try to work on this. Okay, if you have any questions, you can reach out to me. Okay, this is little bit convoluted process, not as simple as Rally. Rally was easy, just move the tabs and you can upload anything there and it's easy. Here, everything you're doing in one project. See this is a project and there are various issues, reports, releases, components, and then you have this column and you are working a lot of columns here. Okay, so that's how you can do it. Okay, so that's how you can execute. Once you have executed this test case, let's say you're doing this and and you have completed all this. Okay, and let's say everything is passed, you can click on this and click on done. Okay, so once you click on done, that that task which is here, it gets it disappears. So but here let's refresh it. Want to refresh it? Okay, you see this, that task what I created got disappeared. Means no more tasks. So that is really confusing because nobody knows have you written or not. Okay, so that's a problem here. So that task already wipes out from this project and goes somewhere else. Now, you need to, let's say if you don't know what you have done. So what you can do is you want to find out what happened to that task. So if you go to the issues and you want to go to reported by me. Okay, go to the issues module and go reported by me. And if you know this, what is the task number, you can retrieve that immediately. Okay, or if you want to, yeah, if you know the task number, you can do it on by your name. And if you click here, here you go, your task. So, and if you want to, change the work progress again in progress, you can do that. Again, it goes back to the project. Whichever project you're working on, it moves to that project. Okay, so that's the only thing. Whenever you close one test case or close any bug, it moves out from the project. It completely moves out from the project and it's no more into that project. Okay, so that's the only thing about this Jira. And if you want to find it where it has gone, you want to go to the issue section and issue tab, and you want to see reported by me, and then you want to check where it has gone and what is being done with that. Okay, so once you have done that, let's talk about these issues. Okay, if no one has any questions, let's talk about these bugs. Okay, Now again, if you want to create bug, you can either create from here, okay? And this is one way of doing. And if you're already in the project, you don't have to worry. You have this option here. So there are two ways, okay? Um, okay, you can create right from here, okay? And now let's say I've already created bug. Let's view this, okay? So let's say shipping and handling fee. So again, you have this option of adding this attachment. You can also add this option. So almost any tool, if you're using any tool, even with HPLM, let's say HPLM is old tool, okay? So, but you can still upload the documents, the screenshots. Screenshots is always recommended. Okay, at least to start with. Okay, you want to use your screenshots. Here, write some description. Attach the screenshot here by doing what? By attaching. Browse here and put the attachment. It comes um, in the screen, or you can either put here in the attachment section, drop files or browse, and you can attach it. Okay, either one you can do it. And remaining fields you need to complete it. What is the label for this? What is the estimate? 12 hours, 8 hours. And environment, what kind of environment are you using? Development, testing, staging, or production. Okay. And what is the due date? Let's say due date is 23rd. And if there is any linked issue or the issue which is related to this, you can link it. Okay, this kind of linking. Okay. Okay, blocks. Okay, so this is if if this linked, how it is linked? Is it blocking it, or is it duplicate, or is it a clone of this? And because of that issue, did this issue caused up? So that's the reason of linking. Okay, you can link these issues too. Okay, and the assignee who you want to assign. Okay, in the comment section. Once you do all this, update it. And here you can create your bug. So I'm not going in detail of this, like screenshot and all those. You guys have already done that in Rally, right? We have worked on this Rally. So I'm skipping that in this and as well as in HPLM. Okay. So since you already know how to add screenshot, just put the attachment or attach the file. It's just showing you how the tool works. This is like how the tool works. Okay. Because nobody will teach you how to use a tool. Okay, so that's the reason, right? How to know the tool. Okay, so this is how you can use this, and here all the information is showing you up here, and you can also export. Okay, you can export in XML or Word if you if you want. You want to report your boss, you can do that. And you can also move this to a different project. If it belongs to a different project, you can move it, and you can do a lot of work from here. Okay, so this is about bug. Okay, and there's a feature request that is called feature request is kind of user story. Okay, and a user story, here you have this options, and this is the information written, and you are not allowed to close this or do something with this. So this is the user story. You are not responsible for opening or closing this user story. Okay, so don't touch to this. I mean, just you need this is required only to view the information what is written here and what you're supposed to do. Okay, that will not be there anyway. Okay, this is only you want to view this what's going on with the project. That's the only thing you need this feature request. Okay, this is done by the product owner. Okay, test cases. Now this is you can do anything. You want to close it, you can close it. You can if you want to close it, you go ahead and click on work review, and you click on done. This whole test case or anything. It's not just test case or feature request or epic. Everything just goes out from this, and it moves to the different, it actually moves from the project. Actually, it moves the project and goes to issues directory. Okay. Any questions so far? So as anything, whatever you are trying to create, task, epic feature, user story, um, although you may not have access for this because that access will get restricted once you try to create, you may not able to, that might be disabled, okay? That buttons, all those features will be disabled even though if you have it because you really don't have access, okay? But either way, whatever you're trying to create, you'll be creating just by one button, that is create here, or you can use this button if you are in the project. This is the project, you're into the project, so that's why you can see this. Otherwise, this one button will do for anything. Task, improvement, bug, epic. Okay, so that is about. Okay, so once you, so here's the thing. Here too, you have. So this is one kind of project. Okay, so that was one project. Now there's a little bit difference. Okay, in the user interface. If I want to go to a different project, let's say there's two projects here. See this? Now if I want to go to the different project, let's see how this looks like. Now here you see this the completely different menus here. If you see this different menu, here you have something called backlog. Okay, so now this is more related to agile. Okay, if you're working on Scrum or anything which is related to sprints, okay, and now this is the how the interface looks like. You see this, the previous interface. If you see that, there's a lot of difference, right? There is no columns here, no project. So that is good for that kind of project is good for either agile or waterfall methodology. Now this is more specifically only to agile. Now you can use this for waterfall methodology. That tab which we were working on, which the project, that you could have used for waterfall, but here you really don't have such kind of options here. Okay, here you have sprints. See this sprint 1, sprint 2, sprint 3, sprint 4, and so on. And you want to write some information. Okay, not you, but whoever is responsible. Okay, you want to create an issue, that is, this is a user study, this is how it should go. Okay, and you can create here. Okay, this is handled in sprint section. Let's click here. Okay, so they have this access. Okay, so who is the responsible guy and who is working on it? Okay, and let's see here. Now I want to see like how we can write test cases here, right? So let's see here. Okay, so either way you can use this button, the one button always which works, and okay, this is my project, and here I can create. Let's try this. Okay, let's see how the test cases move out here. Okay. And if I create, so that should get updated here somewhere. So it's not here, that means it didn't got created there, but it will be supposed to be here. Okay. Fine. Okay. So here for some reason, okay, here we go, issues. Let's put the issues here. Here you go. This is my task. Okay. So you have to change this tab of, to make sure this is, This is, this is a little different here because this is made for completely for agile. Okay, if you see your backlog, so in the backlog, what you see is the only the blocks, and you can write all this sprint one, sprint two, and this is used to viewing this. Okay, and see here, if this is also got updated. Maybe I can drag this. You see this? Oh, good, I can drag this. It's like a board. Okay, so it's like a board which sprint it has to go. I can drag this here, and no, you know what? I'll just put it here. I'm just saying like, okay, the sprint scope will be affected. That means it will take more time to move. Okay, so I don't care. Take more time. Okay, so that's how you can do it. So you can create issues here and drag them here over here, whichever sprint does it belongs to. So now this is more related to product owner, because they will be working on, not really, I mean, not always product owner, Scrum Master too. Scrum Master might work, and which sprint has to go first, which has to, go next. What is the priority of that? Okay, what is the priority of the requirements, and the priority of user stories, and all those things. After working on that, they will, move this features and all those tasks to that place wherever which sprint it has to go. Okay, does it make sense? So this is, you can drag it any of those basically. Let's say if you want to go to here, second. Okay. So that means I have created a backlog which has to go in some sprint. Okay. So that's how I can do it here. Okay. No, if no Jim online, no, this is not supposed to go. I'll drag it back to backlog and say, okay, I'm not worrying about this at this time, because that's not really a priority issue. What's the priority? It's going already in sprint one and sprint two. Okay. So that's how you can do in this. This is a different kind of project. It's more for an agile process. Any questions? So here you have, if you want to see only issues. Okay, so here if you see, go to active sprints. Okay, there's two are active. Okay, now again this is a board. This is a board. Okay, so when I say this board, that means you have a lot of sticky notes. In traditional way. So let me show you that. So the people who have day before yesterday, right? Who have attended the class might be knowing this. So see here, as a traditional way of doing that, you'll be using this board. But now no more. You don't want to use this anymore. This is traditional. This is old. It's gone. This was used from 5 years back. Okay, so no more being used. But yeah, there might be still people who might be using it. But okay, so this is what these are like sticky notes, like this board. These are sticky notes, and you want to move these sticky notes from here to in progress. Okay, this is the option. Then I can move this. Okay, just put it here back. So this is how you can do it. And once it's done, we want to keep it done. Okay. Now this, you see this got cancelled. Okay, how much days it's remaining? It shows you the end date, start date. Okay, this print is completed. You can click on this. Okay, and I'll just bring it back here. Let's get back. So this is kind of board system where you want to move your sticky notes from to do to in progress, from in progress to done. Okay, and not only that, if you have to also edit information here. Oh, that's good. Now I can, what? This is good. I want to update my task here. So I want to don't want to go back in the issues and see where exactly. I want to just update right here, right? Right in this module. Now what I want to do is double click this. Okay, once you double click it here, you have all the information here for you, and you can upload this. You can do the same thing what you are trying to do. Okay, you want to change the status. Change status you don't have to, because when you change it, this gets automatically changed. So if you want to change the priority or the description, and any comments to this, If there are any subtasks, okay, and any attachments, so on. You can do this right from here, right in the sprint, here on this board. Okay, so this is actually a different project altogether. Okay, so this first project, all this, if you have seen, we didn't have this. Maybe it has that, but okay, let's go back to the previous project. Maybe previous project don't have all this. See this? You have just issues, reports, release components. Let's see if you have. This is more good for waterfall and agile. Now this is reports. Okay, reports you have in every project. You need to you can generate reports. Okay, the similar way what you do in the rally. Okay, you can do that. You can assign form and you can generate reports, and that is more related to again QA point of view, QA lead point of view. Okay, and you have this releases, which release it's on. Okay, what is this in this components? Okay, so this is small project, kind of small project and non-agile, or even if it is agile, that's fine. Okay, this is good. But the second project, what we see here, is more related only to agile. It's more very strictly to the agile because it consists of board, sticky notes, kind of moving your task from one place to another. Okay, so this is more related to agile perspective. Again, this has releases. What releases going to? What are the issues here? So issues, the same thing. What again? This is the old, way of doing it, and yeah. So normally you have this sprints here. Okay, so sprint and backlog tab is additional here. Okay, components are again the same. So this is the second, way of doing this. Any questions so far? This is more related to agile because it contains backlog, sprints, okay, and that is you can either work in waterfall because waterfall doesn't have any sprints. There's nothing to talk about sprints in waterfall because that project is continuous project and okay. So if you go to the report section in any project, in either waterfall or agile, the reports will be same. Okay. So here again the same reports that you have done in Rally. If you want to compare it, it could be similar. It's automatically generates for you. You're not plotting anything. You're not doing any, you're not using any of those points and creating a graph. Here it's just based on this data. You see this data, right? It automatically plots a graph for you. Okay, so here we don't have that. This way it's not properly showing it. But otherwise, let's see if there is any bug report here. Okay, so there's so many again reports, print report, velocity chart, epic reports, okay, so and so on. Or you can also customize this, if your own report. Okay, so how do you do that? Let's see here. This is a third-party plugin, actually hit test. This is a plugin for it. So we don't worry about this one. So we use this. So here you may not able to generate your custom report. Let's see here. Control chart, epic report, version reports. So here really not a very good option to generate your own custom reports. But if you see Rally gives you creating your customized report. If you see there, let's see there. Let's say I'm in the user story, and your charts, go to charts. Here you have this, or I can go into report section and generate my own reports here. Just like add new, you click on add new, you can add your own reports. But uh, I don't think Jira gives you that kind of flexibility of creating and customized report. But still, you might find out, you might get it somewhere that you can also create customized report. Other than that, let's see here if you can do this in pie chart. I mean, this is a max you can get it. This is the best you can have it. The reports for your team, but really, it's you don't get that detailed information about what to do with the project. How can I classify it? How can I divide those data? If once I divide the data, how do I organize with respect to time? And you can plot the graphs. That creates the graph for you. But really, you don't have that flexibility here. Okay, so that's one of the drawback. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, I mean, you don't have really that many options here. Okay, so not good for reports. Oh, this might change something. To go to the dashboard. Any questions so far in the reports? Okay, so here you have four options here, only four options. One option you'll be using this most to create any issue, any bug, which project. I mean, the project you will be only able to see here only if you have access. If you don't have access, you cannot even see which project is there. So you don't even have to worry on this, okay? Because you will only get access for this for which project you're working on. So two projects, that means you have only two project access, not anything else. So this should not be, this will not be a big issue because which project is like rally, which project I am working on, which is sub project, which is the user story. So that kind of confusion is not really here because you will really not have that access if you're not working on the project. Simple. Okay. But Rally doesn't have that kind of. I mean, at least if you're working, maybe if you're working in very large companies, maybe they might have they can get they can restrict your access, but they might not always restrict you because if you're the thing is it requires a lot of resources if you want to restrict your access. Okay, they have to hire some admin guy, some rally administrator, or or any administrator to work on this to to specify the specific access to specific users. So that's too much work for them, so they may not. That's the reason, right? They might not have really. But if small projects, small team, small people, I mean, small team, then you use this Jira. So it's pretty much clear that okay, so which project you're working on, which task you're working on. Okay, so that will be simple. Okay, so that is one good, and let's see here. And you can also filter it. So this issues section, right? So why is this issue section here? Means whenever you okay, so whenever you are actually you're working on some project and you have finished the project and the issue is gone, it gets disappeared from the project. So you can find out here. So that's the reason this is for. And if you want to find out, you can check it reported by me, because it will be on your username. Okay, what is the username based on that? Or if you're you can do that. Or let's say, yeah, let's check it out. Okay, so this way, if you see here, if you can apply your own filter actually here. Okay, you can apply your. Okay, so okay, that doesn't help that much. Let's see here. You can apply your own filter by which project, by limiting your project. Let's say the project name which you are working on. So this, and that gets updated. And since still there are many more which is there, so what you want to do is, what kind of issue you really are looking for. Okay, and then if I look into here, bug, let's say it's bug. Okay, that really got shut down pretty quick. And to what is the status really you are looking for? If you say it's done, and that really, now here it's easy to find your issue, right? Here is only, this is ended up in 6, and you see this, which issue are you looking at. So that's how you can find your issues if this gets disappear from a project, especially here in Jira, because here whenever you finish your task or finish your update your defect as a closed, then that's really moved out, and it's not there anymore in the project. Okay, so when it's moved out, you want to check it in the issue section and apply some filters, and you see. So here everything is gets narrowed down, and now you can look. Okay, yeah, this is the issue. This is what is gone. Now I want to reopen it. Okay, you can also do reopen this issue. Okay, by just clicking on this and change your workflow as in progress, and this issue gets back to the again to the project which it belongs to. Okay, so that's the use of these issues here. You can find issues which you have forgotten, or which you know which are removed from the projects and so on. And boards, you have this board. So this boards we have already discussed, right? So this is actually the board. Um, Moving your sticky notes, okay, from one place to another. That's why it's called as board. Okay, and let's see. Oh, so this is restricted. That means cannot see more options here. And the board type is Scrum, as I told you, right? You can have this as a Scrum or Kanban. Okay, Kanban and Scrum is similar. Okay, Scrum is more related to a lot of people are doing. Kanban is silent work, basically. Not too many people. See, there might be too many people, but not that ceremonial kind of thing. In Scrum, you want to have this meeting, you want to have that meeting, daily something goes on with the meeting. But in Kanban, still not that ceremonial. It's a silent. People are doing their own work. They move their user story, so pretty much silent. Okay, not so much confusion as Scrum. Scrum is too many people, too many at a time. Okay, so that's a board type. And here if you pick this board, so we already worked on this, right? So this is the similar thing. This goes to sprints. Okay, so yeah, you can have this access. Okay, so I'll be giving you access for this Jira tool. Okay, work on it. Okay, I mean, you don't have to work, but just get used to this UI. That means user interface. The same thing what you're doing in the rally, creating your test cases, executing your test cases, reporting defects, all you'll be doing here itself. But the way you're doing is completely different. So that's what you need to know, okay? Because if there is an interview question, have you used Jira? Have you used Rally? Have you used Experience Center? Have you used any other tool in this world? You are supposed to say yes, because you have used this. You know already 3 tools, okay? So even The process remains same, but the way you are doing the work is little different. That thing you can figure it out yourself, right? So you know that's how this tool, because there are so many other tools, not just the one or two tool. There's also Zephyr. Okay, there is also ClearQuest. There's a ClearCase. A lot of things. So you don't have to restrict yourself. If somebody asks you, "Do you know ClearQuest?" You cannot say no. I don't know. You cannot say that because you already know two tools. So no big deal in that because you know the process. What's the process? Test cases, the same thing. Now, the way it's doing the work is different. That's a different story. Nobody asks you how to do it, but they ask you, do you know it? Yeah, yeah. Why not? Although I'm not really. I don't want to say I'm pro on that, but yeah, I do. I did use this. So that's how you need to say when somebody asks you a question. Okay. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay, if no one has any questions, can we close this class for today? Monday we will be talking about HPLM. Okay, let's see. I'll just check if we have, if I had access to these three modules because HPLM has a little different way of doing it. Okay, the modules. If I have access, I can go through it. Otherwise, we can see, what we can do with HPLM. So that too, if you have knowledge on these all these tools, right, you will be able to, you know, um, work it better. Okay, so you can put in your resume, put it yourself, and you can use it. The most important thing is you're getting access, make use of it. Okay, just try to understand this tool so that you'll have better idea. Okay, so if no one have any questions, so I'm closing this class. Okay, you can still reach me out if you have your email ID, or phone. Okay, if you have any questions, you can reach me out. Okay. Okay. Thank you.